It's time for Masti, Food Masti. And I'm here at the Agnel Institute of Foodcraft and Culinary Science. It's quite a mouthful, but I'm given to understand that we are going to have a blast here. New dishes, lots of food, so don't forget to join me. Mr. Alfonso Pereira, thank you for letting me learn again. It's back to college. And pleasure. Can you beat it? He's promised me a lot of food Masti today.
Definitely, a lot of Masti would be there today.
Wow, now this is something most students are looking at, and we're going to have a whole series. There's going to be a surprise for your lecturers and your teachers, and there's going to be a lot of Masti in today's episode.
Oh, very much. We'll learn some traditional dishes as well as ideal, something new and innovative and something good.
So it's going to be food Masti.
Yes.
Very tasty. But before that, we have to go back to that old house. You remember?
Yes,
you said you're going to show me one of those ladies who's been there in this old Goan Portuguese house. So why don't we go and take a look at what she has to offer?
Definitely, we'll go there first. Yes.
Wow, the Casa Figueiredo. You know, Alfonso, I just wait to see these old houses. They're so beautiful.
Isn't it beautiful?
I know, and maintaining it, the owners must have been doing a lot of work.
Yes.
Wow, we found a beautiful house. Mr. and Mrs. Figueiredo, how lovely. Thank you for letting us into
Pleasure to have you with us, Mr. Figueiredo.
I am still soaking it in. Okay, and that's another member of the family.
Hi.
They've got that usual dog as in all houses.
Hello.
Oh, yes, you're also in the picture, don't worry. We're going right in to have a look at the kitchens because I'm given to understand she has maintained the house. She has maintained the house exactly how it used to be in the days of old. So we're going to know how the food is prepared. Don't go away. This is precious. Now, where will you ever find things so natural? We're lucky enough to find it in this house. Water from the well, onions hanging on top, and the real McCoy cooking how it was traditionally done. Let me pop over to Colette because Colette is going to share. Remember, she's been here for more than 50 years?
45 years.
45 years, and she is the one who's going to show us the traditional way of working on that Bebinca. Yes?
Yeah.
Now, what do we have here?
We have firewood here.
Actually.
And this is the oven.
Oh, this was the oven in those days?
Yes, earthen pot.
Okay. Now,
so the Bebinca was put inside here.
Oh, yes, you have. She has put that pot of Bebinca in there. It's inside here, the bottom part. Then what?
Yes, the first layer was coming. The fire was down.
Okay.
And afterwards, all the layers were coming on top. The fire was here inside.
Now, just imagine firewood. She first bakes the lower level of the Bebinca. Then she says, this is the main oven. And then as she puts the layer and layer and layer, I'm going to tell you a lot more stories about that Bebinca. You know, people just come to go and they die for it, even me. Anyway, so as she's going to do the layer, you are going to stop this fire.
Yes.
You're going to stop this fire.
First layer, the fire is put down.
Okay.
And afterwards, all the fire comes on top.
Then she puts that, what they call kotte?
Sorna.
Oh my, I'm getting those
coconut
names.
shell.
The coconut shells. So you'll make the coconut shells, you fire it up and then it's
put inside.
And then all the baking is done from the top.
From the top. There is no fire down.
Traditional and the taste. But most of us do not really go for the traditional way. You know, we are in the modern world today. So we're going to pop off to that Father Agnel, the Culinary Institute and find out how do we make it in modern days today. Join me. We're back from the Figueiredo's residence and I decided to don the baker's cap because the next 4 episodes are going to be of sweetness. Alfonso, you've touched a chord deep within. You can imagine sweets galore. And 4 episodes which are going to follow one after another is all there for your taking. Now, but of course we have a challenge for the chefs. You know, he's got 4 young, bubbling, enthusiastic chefs and there's going to be a major challenge for them. So, join us while we see if they're ready for it. Alright, so these are your 4 young chefs.
Yes,
wow, you're not looking very worried, are you? I don't know what the principal has said, but he
No,
told me
not
it's a
really.
challenge. You not told them anything?
Nothing at all.
All
nothing
right,
at
I
all.
can see the bowl there. Who
Yes.
are these youngsters with
Okay,
you?
we have Chef Maureen.
All right.
And we have Chef Maya,
Uh-huh.
Chef Dheeraj, and Chef Kevin. All young, dubbing chefs of the Agnel Institute of Foodcraft and Culinary Science.
And these are the young ones who are going to show us. I should not say anything more. It's all in that whisking bowl. Now, the challenge is like this. We pass around the bowl. You pick up your lot. If you are lucky or unlucky, it's your number. Ready to start?
Yes.
See, they listen without saying anything. All right,
Yeah.
go ahead, do the honors. Now,
go.
while he is doing it for his 4 chefs, we're going to see what is going to come out today. All right, that's
Who's the
4
lucky
of
one?
them. And
Who's the
who?
winner? Maya.
Maya, okay. Maya's taken, they have that Goan song, Maya, Maya. What is that? I feel. Oh, yeah, she got it. And after coming from the Figueredo's house and seeing that Bebinca, Bebinca, we saw her do it.
Yes, yes,
All right, okay,
yes.
okay, let's come back to Maya. What is her challenge?
Yes, she's supposed to be doing. What are the items you're doing?
Bebinca and
The traditional Goan sweet and the queen of Portuguese
oh,
queen.
that's the chocolate mousse.
Yes,
You
the chocolate
whispered
mousse.
in my ear. Yes, the Bebinca. How nicely he knows. I think you must be really good at Bebinca in college. He's saying, "What are you doing?" He must have had it. All right. So the Bebinca and we have the chocolate mousse today. That's your willing to take the challenge, Maya?
Very much.
All right. So don't you go away. Hang on. Let's take Maya and go straight into the kitchens. Come on. I'm here with Maya De Silva, the first lecturer who has taken up the challenge. Welcome, Maya. So this is all your challenge. The challenge today which was given to her is to make Bebinca and chocolate mousse. Am I right? Now, this morning we had gone to the Figueredo's house, and I'm telling you, Colette Figueredo, she showed us those old traditional ways of making that Bebinca. And what a lot of skill the Goans had in those days. There were no ready-made ovens, there was no temperature control, and yet they were able to use the local ovens and make such fantastic Bebinca. But the modern people of today like all their conveniences at hand. Yes or no?
Correct.
And Maya is going to teach us the modern method of making that Bebinca. Simple, the first in 3 easy steps, and then we take on to the later steps. What did you do in the first step, Maya?
In my first step, I extracted milk of the coconut.
All right. So is this the first extract or the second extract?
Both the extract I mixed together.
So this is the base. Basically, she's taken the 2 extracts of the coconut milk in the first step. Okay. The second step, what did you do?
Second step, I made the caramel.
Oh, this is the caramel. All right. Oh, it's nice, gooey and yummy. Talk about desserts and my mouth starts drooling. All right. What? This is sugar.
Sugar, water, and I heated it to
Till-
get a golden brown color.
Golden brown consistency. Believe me, it's really treacly. Did you say treacly? No, treacle. Okay. All right. So it's really got that consistency. Excellent consistency. Step number 2. And now she's going on, which she's going to demonstrate here, is step number 3. And what are we going to do in step number 3?
You take the egg yolks.
That
mix
was
it
just
along
the
with
egg yolks.
sugar.
Yes.
Then I mix the sugar.
She's got the sugar in. Oh boy, that takes a lot of sugar. We are talking about the layers, yes or no? Okay, and she is going to
Whisk it.
whisk it. So there we can see the egg yolk and the sugar nicely being whisked. Is it till all the sugar melts?
No, just till it's a little bit light and creamy. Then I'll be adding the coconut milk.
Coconut milk next. The coconut milk in Goa, I think most of our desserts are done with coconuts, yes
Most
or no?
of them.
Most
with
of them.
coconut rather.
With coconut, and here instead of using milk, they use coconut milk, whether it's in our curries or whether it's in our desserts. So you have the coconut milk.
Mix it well.
Now this is like the real McCoy. It looks like a lemon. I wish I could explain to you what I'm actually seeing here, but I'm sure you will. Okay, so that's done. And now
The flour.
she's adding the flour. It's just like something like a cake consistency which you're working on. Okay, so she's added the flour inside. Even when these chefs, especially the dessert guys, they play around with the mixtures. It's like a symphony. Now,
Little bit of sugar.
All right, she's got a little more of salt she's adding in. I wanted a less sugar, but she says, no, you need the sugar in the bebinca. I actually hid it. What to do? It's my Waterloo, the sugar. And she's adding till the last bit. I thought you'd add less sugar. Okay, you want to add the salt? All right, a little bit of salt. Here we are. A pinch.
A pinch.
A pinch. Here we have, what else do you need in now? Now she's putting in that caramel. Now, I heard, I don't know, the reason why we are adding this caramel, has it got something to do with the eggs we get nowadays?
Traditionally, we used to use local egg yolks. They were a little deep orange in color.
Those brown eggs.
Yes.
My grandmother used to go into all those, barns and run after the hens and shake them away and start taking those brown eggs. And they used to give that yellowish color to the...
That would darken the batter. So we just substitute a little of caramel.
Modern life. Substitutions. But I wonder if it will affect the taste. We'll have to see. Does it affect the taste so much?
In fact, it's better, I should say.
This is better. Yeah. All right, she's taking on the challenge. She's saying this modern way is better. Let's see what she's working on. Yes, the colors changed a little with the caramel. Now what do you want?
Strain the batter.
Well, she's moving on to the next step because there could be a lot of lumps or impurities. That's the reason why you're straining, yes?
The
flour, which basically... So I am whisking. And while I'm whisking, she's going to do the straining.
Correct.
Tell me one thing, Maya, while we are at this stage. Can you think of any humorous incident that you faced with any of your students?
Well, thinking back... I had a bakery class being conducted, and I was teaching them bread rolls.
Bread rolls.
And the required ingredients and their quantities were written on the board. Now there were two smart students.
Smart means smart or Masti smart?
Masti smart.
Masti smart students. Already you get different types of students, I know. And
so they decided to add 10 times the quantity of yeast, thinking that they'll be faster and their dough will rise faster.
Oh my God! And what actually happened to those bread rolls?
The dough rose and it crawled down the table. So it was like a nice...
Oh my! That is really musty, because you can imagine a little bit of yeast makes your bread rise so much, and you can imagine if those guys put a lot of yeast. Oh my gosh, and after that I don't know what they would have got out of those bread rolls. Flowing bread rolls. Anyway, this is college life, this is Masti, and you can't blame it, you get all type. So here she's finished step number 2 and the actual preparation. We've done those other steps. So actually I'll call it step number 4. And we will now go into the grand finale. Pum pum pum. Okay, now we are here for the final stages, not a stage, stages, because she's got the sieved and smooth batter. But I realize in the batter you've not added any essence. Now, won't you get the taste of egg?
I'm going to add nutmeg powder now because...
Okay, that's what she was hiding here, a little bit of that nutmeg powder. So how much are you going to add in?
Half of that.
Half a
teaspoon.
Alright, so she's got the nutmeg here, which is the flavoring of the bebinca mixture. And now, tatam, shall I make that noise? Alright, tatam for the layering. So, we start.
First I'll add a little of clarified butter into the mold.
Okay. That is to prevent it from sticking as well as for cooking it from underneath, isn't it? They say that the bebinca has to cook first from the bottom layer. Now where are you going to put that?
In the oven.
Alright, so we're going to move into the oven. Just hold on, don't go away. Now you remember the clarified butter that Maya had put in the pan? It's here and we're right in front of the oven because now it's all about the baking. Maya, what are you going to do now? You're going to put it inside?
Preheated oven,
okay.
200 degrees centigrade.
Okay.
And leave it there for just 5 minutes.
Alright, what is the reason for this?
So that the mold is nice and warm. When we pour in the batter, it should sizzle so that it doesn't get stuck at the bottom.
Okay, so it's ready.
Yeah, it's ready. I hope it sizzles.
Okay, now she's taking out her gloves. Reminds me of the Commonwealth Games. They take out their gloves after the boxing is over. Alright, so what is she up to now?
I'll add
How much do you add?
half a cup of this batter into the mold.
All right, half a cup of batter just to form one layer, isn't it?
The bottom layer.
Oh, that's the bottom layer. Now, I heard that it's first important to cook the bottom layer.
Yes. Here we have our modern ovens.
Okay.
So I put on the bottom heat.
Remember, she's put on the bottom heat. And she's getting layer number 1 ready. Now, how long does layer number 1 take approximately?
The first layer takes half an hour because it's getting cooked from the bottom.
Alright, so while layer number 1 is getting ready, we are going to see a wizard at work. The reason being that this chef, you've seen our Bebinkas, our dodals, all that is just taken and put on the table. This chef is a master at creativity, and the presentations that he does is ooh la la. You have to see. Maya, why don't we see? There he is in action.
Good afternoon. Hi everybody. The aim of today is to show you how important it is to make a nice decoration. Why is it important? Just because it's the first contact of the people with the cake. So today we will finish a so-called chess cake. Okay, so no cheesecake, chess cake. It's different layers of cake, white plain cake and dark chocolate cake. We will see it afterwards when we cut it. And now I will put the glaze on top. So what is the glaze? The glaze is called a decor crème. Decor crème, which is a Pratos product. And I will just cover it like this. Like this. Slightly with the palette knife. And done. I will just put it a little bit in the fridge just to set, and I finish the decoration afterwards. Good. Once the glaze is set, we just put the cake on a plate, and we will decorate it with some glazed fruits that are reminding what is inside of the cake. So inside the cake is chocolate, it's orange, like this. And like this. Okay, and I would like to cut the cake just to show you why it's called chess cake.
Alright, I think it's time up. Yes. Oh, I've been waiting so anxiously for it. Alright, you're going to check it. Let's see if it's done. Remember, she was cooking the base of that layer. Wow, it's bubbling, and just have a look at that. Why do we wait for it to become brown?
That gives the distinction of the layers.
All right, she's okay. Maybe it will make sense when I see it actually being eaten. Anyway, so this is layer 1. Now what happens?
Now I want to turn the heat on top heat of the oven, because henceforth from now it's only going to be with top heat.
So the bottom heat is over. She's going to put the heat on top. All right, let's start. I'm in such a hurry, and I'm given to understand that those women used to spend the whole day in those ovens. By those traditional ovens making this bebinca. 40 egg yolks. How many did you use?
20.
She used half the amount, and they used to have for Christmas and festas and ooh la 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 la. Okay, so now this is layer number 2. And this is just for you, remember, because depending on how many layers you want, 8, 10, 16, my gosh, I'll be spending the whole day here. All right, another half a cup of.
Yeah.
So the heat is on the top, the second layer is into the oven, and like this, we're going to take it step by step by step. Don't go away. We're going to show you what is the grand finale. Finally, this is what I was waiting for. You know, it was so very painstaking. Layer 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5.
10 would be right.
She knows. She was there while I was just waiting for it to come out. 10 layers. Layer by layer. Of course, it was much quicker later on compared to the first layer, which was big. First layer takes time. They always say it's the base that takes more time. When you come to the ace, it's different, and this is the ace. All right, so we are still in the process. This is something old, but we are also going to do something new. So feast your eyes on this, because later on I'm going to be hawking into it. But don't go away. We have something new coming on shortly.
To prepare bebinca, you will need coconut 3 numbers, egg yolks 10 numbers, sugar 400 grams, sugar caramel 30 grams, refined flour 150